So, instead of asking migrants to learn in the way of life in Singapore, Singaporeans are asked to bank for the migrants. Instead of doing what is the public good for Singaporeans, you are asked to accept every decision of the government. The government can do that because when you are apathetic, you will eventually accept. And so, the scholarships, university places, and ultimately your job go to the one who asks and demand, and you, humble Singaporeans, suffer in silence. The PAP wants you to continue to be apathetic. Because you do, it makes their job easy. It allows them to have their mega salary pay raise. While you deal with pay raise in the cost of living and unaffordable HDB. But I say to young Singaporeans that I disagree. We are not an apathetic generation. When I stand before you, and when Nicosia stands before you, it is because we are not apathetic.
Yes.
On the contrary, it is because we care about everyone here. While Nico and I may choose to do so by standing for election, we understand that politics is not everyone's cup of tea. That doesn't mean you cannot care or you cannot ask. This is why you have the power to vote. You can show that you care through the vote you cast. Together, we can change Singapore for the better. With your voices, we will send a strong and clear message to the government that we are not apathetic. And yes, we care about this country. Your vote, fellow residents and young Singaporeans, will be a mandate that we do not want Ma Bao Tan raiding our CPF accounts. Your vote will be a mandate to the government to deliver a better quality of life to all Singaporeans. As such, I say to you, fellow Singaporeans, we need your vote to create a strong opposition voice. It's only when we have the voice that we can have a parliament that services the interests of Singaporeans. When you have a voice, Ma Bao Tan will take the train and walk the interchange. Even now, the NSP is already doing the check and balance on our Mr. Ma. What do we see lately? Thank you. We see panic attempts by Ma Bao Tan to create YouTube videos to address the collective voices of Singaporeans. We see Mr. Ma trying to lift the income ceiling. We see Mr. Ma announcing new BTO flats. This is the check and balance at work. Your vote will ensure that your voice will last beyond this election. This is why the NSP is here. This is why I am here. Your support for NSP will ensure that the PAP maintains a moral compass. So I want to say this to all residents of Tampines and Singapore. If I elected, I'll give my personal assurance that I will continue to take the MRT and walk the interchange.
Make sure don't buy bungalow, huh? Stay here.
And this is my personal promise to all the residents of Tampines.
Yeah.
However, this election is about the future and the future of this country. Your vote for the NSP will allow us to bring out issues that you care and to be addressed by the government. So, come May the 7th, you will be making a major decision. You will be casting a sacred vote that will determine how you want your Singapore to be. Come May the 7th, your vote will decide if you wanted more crowded trains and buses. When the population grows to 6.5 million, your vote will also decide if you want another 1.5 million of PAP foreign talents. Come May the 7th, your vote will decide if you want affordable HDB. Do you want the HDB affordable for your children, your grandchildren? Your vote will decide if you want your CPF to be raided by HDB and leaving you with nothing to retire. Come May 7, your vote to decide if you want to work beyond 60, 70, or even 80.
87.
And then to be sent to JB by the PAP.
Yeah.
Come May 7, your vote will decide. Your vote is not only sacred in shaping the Singapore, but it is also secret. It is by law that no one can trace how you vote. This is why the HDB has to use upgrades to win all your votes. If, I say if, the PAP can know whom you work for, then they don't need HDB upgrades, because your fear is sufficient to get the votes they need. So come May 7, my fellow Singaporeans, your worry should not be about the secrecy of your vote. Your worry should be the kind of Singapore that you want and the kind of future that you look upon that. The PAP says that they should be given the mandate because the future is uncertain and there are a lot of challenges ahead of us. Yes, the future is uncertain. This is why we need the PAC, the check and balance of the opposition. How can decisions be made for the all good of Singaporeans without the voices of opposition? Come May 7, your vote will decide. Mr. Lim say, conscious Singaporeans of false hope to a better future. So I say to you, all the residents of Tampines and Singapore, take his advice and be cautious. the false hope made by the PAP, like the Swiss standard of living. So come May the 7th, your vote will decide. If you want a government to truly listen, if you want a government that is compassionate and inclusive, if you want a government that holds to its promises, if you want a government that governs for Singapore and the Singaporeans' interests, then come May 7, you say so loud and clear that you will vote for NSP! If you do not want another 1.5 million foreign talents to take your job and your home, if you do not want trains and buses to become even more crowded, if you want affordable HDB, if you want a government that governs future uncertainty with compassion and inclusiveness, if you want a better tomorrow for yourself, your parents, your family, and your fellow Singaporeans, then come May the 7th. You say so loud and clear with your vote that you will vote for NSP! So for now, I would like to end my speech. At the same time, to thank all the volunteers that have been helping us and the unsung hero that have sacrificed for us. So today, at this very moment, we should not let their help gone in vain. Thank you.